series continues with Game 2.
And we welcome you from Fenway Park in Boston. Beautiful Saturday night. ALDS coverage on TBS presented by T-Mobile. Stage is all set. Game 2 between these division rivals, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox.
David DeJesus ready to lead things off for the Rays. Let's check out the batting order brought to you by T-Mobile. DeJesus gets the start and will play left field. And then Will Myers bats second. He's back in right. James Loney over at first base. The middle of the order for Joe Madden is Evan Longoria at third. Then Zobrist will be at second base, the switch hitter, and Desmond Jennings in center. Bottom three, the designated hitter Delman Young. Yunel Escobar, the shortstop, batting eighth. And catching and batting ninth is Jose Molina. And on the mound is John Lackey.
Well, John Lackey certainly turned his year around. Don't be deceived by that 10-13 record, because it's a product of some lack of luck and run support. He's been really good at home, 2.47 ERA. And, of course, he's looking to ride the momentum that John Lester had in pitching.
And, Joe, how about the Red Sox defense tonight?
Going with the same outfit they had out there yesterday. Gomes, Ellsbury, and Victorino from left to right. You see 4 Gold Gloves out there collectively between Ellsbury and Victorino. And around the horn, Middlebrooks, Drew, Pedroia, and Napoli. And David Ross will do the catching tonight for Lackey. Ross signed in the offseason, an excellent catch and throw receiver. Really does a good job cutting down on the running game.
Healthy. John Farrell made a phone call to him this offseason. Said time to wipe the slate clean. His arm is back and healthy again. He had a good year as he walks David DeJesus. And now in steps Will Myers. A swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. And the first out for John Lackey. Practice for both teams. Their outfielders were all able to get some work. Very tricky Fenway Park. Showed up yesterday as Loney shoots one to right, a base hit. So James Loney elevated to the 3 spot in the order with the right-handed starter. Been a terrific hitter all year for the Rays. And now Tampa Bay with 2 on and just 1 out. Now Evan Longoria in the cleanup spot tonight. 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. On the first pitch, a bouncer. Step on the bag at third. Middlebrooks to first and a double play. Inning over. 5-3 double play to end it. Now the Red Sox coming up. Now the Red Sox coming up against David Price. Batting order brought to you by T-Mobile. Shane Victorino yesterday 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. He had a stolen base and a run scored. He's been a terrific postseason performer. Most of that coming as a Philadelphia Philly. 32 RBIs and an .803 OPS in 47 postseason games. And the Rays ace on the mound, David Price.
Well, David Price, like I mentioned, 6-1 with a 1.88 ERA at Fenway. His last 10's been pretty good. Boston only hitting 167 off of him this year. Look, Boston loves the fastball. Best average against fastball. But this is a different fastball from the left-hand side. And for Tampa Bay, they're hoping they get the same kind of performance that they got in Texas.
The Red Sox offense just seized the moment, and they really were loose.
Ellsbury, little flare, shallow right, gonna fall, a base hit. And it starts with a single for the Red Sox.
Here's the defense for the Tampa Bay Rays. DeJesus in left field has not played left field at Fenway Park in 5 years. He's joined by Jennings and Myers, Longoria, Escobar, Zobrist, and Loney from third to first. And behind the plate tonight, he did not start last night, but Jose Molina will do the catching for David Price.
Shane Victorino with Ellsbury at first. And chance of Myers raining down on the Rays right fielder already. Red Sox scored 12 runs yesterday, did not hit one out of the park. There he goes. Pitches a strike. Throw to second is lifted into center field, and Ellsbury is on the run. He got a great jump and a bad throw that short hopped, and it'll be a stolen base and an error, and the Red Sox in business quickly.
He got a great jump. There's no chance for Molina, who didn't get the best pitch to throw on, and then a sidearm delivery sails into center field.
What will go unnoticed is that Victorino doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes, because he took a strike right there, knowing that his runner getting to second, he'd be able to do his part to get him to third. Now all he has to do is hit a ground ball, and it's 1-0.
Every now and then you'll see him bat right-handed or left-handed against a right-hander. But a moot point with Price on the mound tonight. And a little slow roll into Longoria. Ellsbury bluffs. The throw is in time, and Ellsbury retreats. And a good job by Longoria to get the first out.
Well, that's about the only position he couldn't score on a ground ball.
Yeah. Here is Dustin Pedroia. 2 hits yesterday. Scored a couple of runs, and he had the first hit. And as Joe mentioned in the open, the big hit that opened the door a little bit. So that ball's into right center. Should be plenty deep to score the run. Jennings makes the catch, and Ellsbury flies to the plate. 1-0 Boston. Sac fly RBI by Pedroia.
As we said last night, Dustin Pedroia is the guy that drives this team. He's the engine. They got the rally started last night, yesterday afternoon rather, in the 4th inning. Drives in the first run tonight with the sacrifice fly on the first pitch he sees from Price.
Only the Orioles committed fewer errors than the Rays this season. The Orioles set a Major League record for fewest errors. Ortiz in the right field, well hit. Back is Myers looking up, and she's gone. Big Poppy goes big fly. A solo shot. It's 2-0 Boston. Ortiz had a hit yesterday, almost hit one out yesterday, and a ground rule double. This one finds the seats. Career home run number 13 in the postseason for David Ortiz.
2 hits this inning, both to lefties.
All at 2 strikes on Napoli. Drove in a run with a hit yesterday. And a swing and a miss. David Price strikes him out. Inning is over, but it was a productive one for the Sox. Ortiz, a solo homer, 2 in the first for Boston. Lackey falling behind Zobrist. And there is ball 4, and the very patient Ben Zobrist draws the walk. Full count to Jennings. Zobrist takes off. That ball's hit sharply into center field. It's down for a hit. And Zobrist on his way to third. So Jennings with a single with Zobrist on the move. And the Rays threatening quickly in the second.
The last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff hitter when your team has scored 2 runs. But right here, he had to come in to the plate with a 3-2 count, runner going. Of course, he squares it up in the center field, and now the Rays with Delman Young at the plate, who likes to happen. Things happen quickly. Scenario right here, 0-2. I talked about how tough he is with 2 strikes. You've got to get something way out of the zone against Young.
0-2 the count, first and third for Tampa Bay. Runner goes, a high fly ball right field. Back is Victorino. Tagging at third is Zobrist, and he'll score without a throw, and a sacrifice fly puts Tampa Bay on the board. Delman Young with his second RBI of the postseason.
The reason I said you got to get something way out of the zone, this guy right here can get to anything. So you got to bounce it, throw it hard and high. 0-2 was your best chance to strike out Delman Young when you throw pitches down and way out the zone. This is a fastball that he just stays on top of and does the job. Gets a runner in. Now it's 2-1.
Like I said, there's a lot of guys in the lineup that are comfortable against Lackey. And Young's one of them. He was 6 for 17 against him in his career. So even 0-2 behind in the count. He wasn't worried about getting jammed inside.
Eugenio Escobar, first ball swinging, center field to Ellsbury. And out number 2.
3 seconds is the common number that you try to get under between the pitcher and catcher to throw out a base stealer.
There goes Jennings, and a swing and a miss. Ross's throw to second is late. So both pitchers allowing big jumps, and we've seen a couple of steals already.
Now, Molina didn't have a shot in the bottom of the first, and Ross, you can see here where Jennings was by the time he caught the ball. Absolutely no shot there. Good jump by Jennings and more aggressive play by the Rays too.
There's good family memories here at Fenway Park. He swings and misses, and down he goes. So Lackey is out of the inning, gives up a run. 2-1 Boston. Holmes, who doubled off the Monsters, drove in a couple of runs. He also scored a run. That was his first career hit in the postseason. And now it's deep to center field. Got some carry to it. Jennings near the wall. He's got it for the out. Johnny Gomes with a long, loud out. Boy, they had Jennings playing very deep against Gomes, and he made it look easy.
Which he throws a fastball. You're just giving guys a break to hit it the other way or off the end of the bat. So he likes it more traditional. He pitches according, and you can't argue with his success.
There's a shot by Middlebrooks right to Escobar. Nice hands, and there is out number 2 on a hot shot from Middlebrooks. A couple of spots in the lineup that changed with Middlebrooks and Ross. As Drew goes into left, David DeJesus. And a 1-2-3 inning for David Price. 2 in the books. We head to the third. Rays are coming up, top of the order. And DeJesus was quickly turned around and sent to the Tampa Bay Rays. 2 waiver claims on both of those trades. And now here he is in the postseason for the first time, and he is down on strikes as Lackey gets his first out. But Myers figures to be one of the pillars offensively moving forward. Just getting his feet wet in the big leagues this year. And a little slow roller. Maybe a tough play. Lackey winds it up, throws in time. John Lackey, nice play for a big man coming off the mound. And out number 2.
It's an outstanding play, especially with Myers getting down the line quickly. Nice barehanded grab. A good throw.
It'll teach you to pick that up. Obviously, bare hand by your back foot and go ahead and throw. See, he made a good throw and got off the mound really well.
Down on strikes. John Lackey, couple of Ks in a 3-up, 3-down third. Price at a 2-1 count. And high in the air, left field, DeJesus at the track, going to play it off the wall. And David Ross into second with a double. Boy, just a towering fly ball that is an out in most ballparks. But here in Boston, it's an extra base hit.
They've been trying to pitch him away, and this is a backdoor cutter that actually catches too much of the plate. And this type fly ball that you're speaking to, Brian, is a left-hander's nightmare. The outfielder has to judge it, decide how far it's going to come down, whether or not you can catch it or play it off the wall.
We've seen the last game in 3 innings, balls bouncing off the wall and hitting on that warning track. That warning track must be like concrete. The ball is bouncing so high off of it.
Leadoff double for Boston. And Ellsbury, little flare, and that's going to fall fair. Base hit. Ross being waved home. He'll score. Ellsbury to second. And the throw is late. It's a double and an RBI. 3-1 Boston.
Look at the paper tomorrow and you're going to see 2 hits at least, and they're going to look like bullets on the paper, but his first 2 hits you couldn't place any more perfect. The third baseman Longoria's got to protect against the bunt, so he's in a little bit. You see him jam. He doesn't even know where the ball's going. And because he has to play in to protect against the bunt, this little flare goes right all the way down to the wall.
Pinged him a couple of times, and you've said so often, John, not all good pitches turn into outs. That was a good pitch right in on him.
Well placed. One of the softest RBI doubles you'll see. Ellsbury drives in a run, makes it 3-1, and here is Victorino. Ball and a strike on Victorino. And not punting, swings away and shoves one through a base hit. Now hold Ellsbury. And Shane Victorino keeps on hitting despite the injury.
Sometimes when that thumb injury is so bad, it affects the way you swing in terms of how you're perhaps trying to pull the ball too much. Watch this. The ball on the left yesterday, solid right off the barrel, not much recoil, but watch his hands here. Broken bat. Look at the vibration that went right up into his hands and especially into that thumb.
And this was the swing that produced the hit. And a little bit of vibration. Didn't hit it all that sharply, but he found a hole. And Victorino now has 4 hits. That's a great shot, that total motion camera. And a bouncer. Longoria cuts it off to second for 1. And that's all they'll get. Victorino takes out Zobrist. A run comes in to score. That'll be an RBI for Pedroia, and the Red Sox lead 4-1. Good hard slide by Victorino, making sure there would be no double play.
It was a clean slide and a good takeout. They got into a little bit of a leg tangle wraparound tackle on the follow through, but that was after Zobrist had already decided not to throw.
Victorino out on the 5-4 put out. 1 gone in the inning. Was giving up a ton of home runs before. 14 homers in his first 15 starts. But just 2 over his last 11. Ortiz rips one. Loney steps on the bag. And now a rundown as Pedroia tagged out. Got him on the back pocket. And a good quick tag to end the inning. Excellent defense there by the Rays to get him out of the frame, but 2-run score, and it's 4-1 Boston. Back up the middle and a base hit for Evan Longoria. His first hit in the division series. Zobrist hits a ball, strike 3. A little too patient that time. And Zobrist knew it. Down he goes. Lackey would strike out number 5. 2-2 to Jennings. Takes off. Jennings pops it up in the infield. Longoria has to retreat. And there is out number 2 for Lackey. Young in the right center field. That ball's well hit. Victorino is there. A great jump and fetched it in the gap. Takes a hit away from Young. Scoreless inning for Lackey. Tiebreaker game. They felt like their starting rotation was in a great position to make a run in this LDS as he walks Napoli on 4 straight. Moments ago, we spoke with Rays manager Joe Madden in the dugout. Brought to you by Charles Schwab. Well, Joe, you're down 4-1. What's the way back in your mind at this point?
Well, just got to be patient at the plate a little bit. Although John is Lackey is throwing some strikes right now. We just got to obviously hold it right there. They've had a lot of pretty good baseball luck so far with some of the hits they've got, but that's part of the game.
Joe, with David Price coming off that brilliant performance in Texas, what do you see from him tonight? Anything different?
No, I mean, he's been pretty good, actually. I think take away Poppy's home right now, just a hanging cutter. Otherwise, they've strung together a lot of little things. But otherwise, from this sideline perspective, right here, his fastball's good. He's throwing a couple cutters. Haven't seen the hook yet. I think maybe one changeup, and that was to Ross, the ball that skimmed the left field wall. So far, he's throwing the ball pretty well.
Johnny Gomes, bouncing ball. Longoria on the run, fumbles it briefly, and Sanders throws it off the facing of the dugout. So that will be an error on Zobrist, as Gomes will be awarded second base.
The Rays just keep shooting themselves in the foot. First, Longoria can't get it out of his glove, and now Zobrist has no grip on the baseball and launched it over everybody. And that will be an error on Zobrist.
And the timing just disrupted after Longoria bobbled it. Now, if that ball hits the railing and comes back, it's in play and no extra base. But because it hit the facing of the dugout on the top, according to the ground rules, the runner is awarded second base. So the error on Zobrist allows Gomes to advance, takes a double play option away from Tampa Bay. Check out Dustin Pedroia. David Price. David Ross, I should say. This is pitch number 8 to Middlebrooks. And a bouncing ball, Longoria looks the runner back. And a good throw for out number 2. Gomes has to stay put. Price wins that battle, but Middlebrooks made him work. And now 2 outs with a runner at second for Stephen Drew. Price working hard in this inning.
7 total, 40 strikes, so it's not a lack of strikes.
2-2, and Drew in the air, left field to Jesus at the track, near the wall, reaches up, and it bounces off the wall. Gomes scores. Drew on his way to third. An RBI triple. 5-1 Boston.
These left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight came in a collective 185 average against David Price. And they're coming up with the big hits. Stephen Drew led All-American League shortstops and triples with 8. He just collected another one.
Well, we talked about having everybody involved, but nobody was involved other than the left fielder here. Nobody came in to play that carom in case it happens, and Jesus has to take this himself, which allows the triple, an easy triple for Drew.
2 balls and a strike on Ross. And a shot right at Longoria to retire the side. The Red Sox using their left field wall to perfection tonight. It's 5-1. Back at Fenway, and John Lackey facing Yunel Escobar to start the inning. Escobar with a double just inside the line, jumping on the first pitch, and the Rays put their leadoff batter aboard for the 4th time in this game.
You see Middlebrooks playing well off the line. The ball wasn't hit that far from him, but it was hit so hard he couldn't react to it. Bounced off him and then into some auxiliary seating that I think is for photographers well, so it'll go as a ground rule double.
Leadoff hitter aboard in every inning but the 3rd. Lackey's only 1, 2, 3 inning. Stranded a leadoff single last inning. Here is Molina. Slow roll to short. Stephen Drew. One away. Moments ago, we spoke with Red Sox pitching coach Juan Nieves in the dugout, brought to you by Charles Schwab. Well, Juan, just give us your thoughts on John Lackey, first-year pitching coach. What are your impressions of him tonight?
I'll tell you one thing, he's been unbelievable. Great year. Very resilient to everything. He's been very healthy all year, which that's a big plus for him. Coming back from Tommy John, and of course he's pitched for us unbelievably the whole year. Very consistent.
Juan, you've had your challenges and you've met them all. You've turned your pitching staff around from last year to this year, but you also have gone through some closers. You've had to have your psychology hat. You've had to have everything. How have you approached this pitching staff with all the different changes?
They've been unbelievable. The fact of Hanrahan getting hurt and Bailey, of course, giving other guys chances, and of course Urahara has run with it. Has had a great year. Also, Tazawa and Breslow has joined in as Andrew Miller got hurt in L.A. But the guys have been very, very good on that term. And they've been taking the bull by the horns every day, getting prepared, and the biggest thing is that they stay healthy.
And thanks to Juan Nieves, first-year pitching coach of the Red Sox, and he's put a lot of pieces together. The Red Sox pitching has been a big part of their success this season. They still have a very good offense, different kind of offense than their run in the mid-2000s. Of course, the two-time World Series champion Red Sox. As DeJesus that got a piece of him. Lackey hits him, and Lackey is staring down DeJesus on his way to first base. A pitcher who wears his emotions on the sleeve didn't like the fact that DeJesus didn't get out of the way of that offering.
They got him on the arm. Point of the elbow. It kind of hangs over the plate a little bit too. That might have been another reason he was upset.
So Lackey has given up a double and now a hit batter, one away. And here is Will Myers. The 2 runs yesterday came on solo homers as Myers to right. Victorino is there. There is the second out. Escobar will advance to third. Loney, center field. Ellsbury on the run. He looks up. That ball is off the wall. 1 run is in Escobar. Here comes a second run. The throw is late. DeJesus scores, and it's a 2 RBI double for the former Red Sox. James Loney delivers, and it's 5-3 Boston.
Rays are relentless. You never can count them out. And there's one of those sliders that didn't do what he wanted it to do. Over the middle part of the plate. And this ball was smoked. Left center. Of course, with 2 outs, you can get a pretty good jump from first, and they were able to score 2 runs right back in the ballgame.
And Longoria, a little half swing, able to check it. And he is aboard with a walk. First and second with 2 away. Shaping up to be a very tough inning for John Lackey.
You know, guys, you have these meetings before the series starts. You have the meetings before a start for Lackey tonight, I'm sure. And you go over the players, who's hot, who's not, and who's the guy you don't want to have beat you. And Evan Longoria's got to be that guy for the Red Sox. And after that visit from David Ross, it was obvious they were not going to pitch to him.
Loney and Longoria will get a head start with the pitch. Full count, 2 outs. Tying run at first. Zobrist takes a call. Strike 3. John Lackey with a huge strikeout. And Ellsbury lines one, center field, base hit. Jennings with that injured hamstring playing very deep, and Ellsbury 3 for 3. And Joe, the left-handed hitters in this Red Sox lineup have had a lot of success against Price tonight.
Well, the one thing that we haven't seen for a David Price type game is the ability to change speeds. We know he loves the fastball, but that was the first curveball.
Victorino to right. Myers makes the catch. And the first out. And he's smiling. Joe Madden said, whatever they say, whatever they do, just smile. He's getting a standing ovation. So impressive, this kid right here. 22 years of age, a rookie. Had the big gaff yesterday, but handled it like a true pro, and that'll serve him well as he continues on in his career.
You've got to make your move, make your mind up that you're going to the plate to make the best pitch to him. If he goes, he goes. But that distraction at first will affect some pitchers and how they throw to home.
And Pedroia lines one left field. That ball's well hit in the corner. It is a fair ball. Ellsbury flying around the bases, and he will score as Pedroia adds one to it. 6-3 Boston.
My goodness, Ellsbury can fly. And he hit the bags in stride. No wide turns coming out of second or third base. There's that long stride and big swing by Pedroia. Keeps it fair. But Ellsbury, of course, on the crack of the bat, had a pretty good look at it. He's going to be away from DeJesus and watch him go.
Scores easily. Dustin Pedroia with 3 runs batted in. The single by Ellsbury starts to fifth. And the Red Sox, with a 6-3 lead, they answer once again. Price has Ortiz down in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Down he goes. Price comes back. He strikes out Big Papi. Second out of the inning. Pedroia stays put at second. Ball 4. Napoli draws the walk. Second time Price has walked him. And now Johnny Gomes coming up. Joe Madden having a chat with Jim Hickey, who is on his way out, the pitching coach. And David Price has to come into the strike zone here. He's down 2-0. You know, Gomes is ready to hack. And the 2-0 and a swing and a bouncer to short. Escobar to second, and the inning is over. But Boston adds to their lead. Dustin Pedroia makes it 6-3. Jennings batting for the 3rd time. He rifled one to center in the 2nd inning and whistles that one into left field for a base hit. So Jennings 2 out of 3 and a lead man on for Tampa Bay. There's Craig Breslow getting loose. Runner takes off, and Young, a bouncing ball to short. This will keep him out of the double play. So Young retired. Jennings ends up at second. And the first out.
I'm not sure people really would want to know.
No.
Constantly at the food buffet, or at least I am.
Just like pitching in the bullpen, right, Smoltzy?
Yep.
Escobar, a base hit to right. And they will send Jennings. The throw comes in, cut off. The Red Sox had an out right in front of them. Well, Napoli botched that throw. Otherwise, could have been a base running blunder by Escobar. Instead, he drives in a run. It's an RBI single, makes it 6-4. And the Rays are hanging in there.
Well, with Escobar, he's seen 3 pitches in 3 at-bats. A fly out, a double, and now a single. So needless to say, he likes swinging off of John Lackey.
Well, the Rays just avoided a huge base running mistake. Escobar still at first. They had an out right there. Now Farrell comes out. And with Matt Joyce announced as the pinch hitter. The play is for Craig Breslow, the left-hander. So Lackey coming out in the 6th. 4 runs are in. And his first postseason start as a Red Sox. just to give you an idea how important this is for John Farrell. He's got one of his better left-handers in the game in the 6th inning to face Matt Joyce. It's Craig Breslow.
Yeah, one of the things you can look for him, good sneaky fastball, cutter, and slider. His cutter is 88 miles an hour, and he's got some sink on the fastball. He's not afraid to attack. I see him pitching on the left side, and he attacks in this right side.
And he's been a real good matchup guy against left-handed hitters, and with the Tampa Bay Rays continuing to peck away, he wants to. John Farrell obviously wants to try to put an end to this rally right here.
But Madden playing a hunch here, and Joyce center field. Ellsbury hauls it in. Big out for Breslow. That is out number 2 for Boston.
Or jump.
And a bouncer. Drew coming in. Got to hurry his throw, and it is in time for the out. Breslow comes on. Retires the 2 batters he faces. 6-4 Red Sox. Matt Joyce is the one who stays in to play left field. And the new catcher is Jose Lobaton. So Madden burning a couple of pinch hitters that inning. First ball swinging, Middlebrooks. Foul territory. Loney is under it. And 1 pitch, 1 out for David Price. And he pulls one here over to Zobrist. And 2 up and 2 down for Price.
Well, he's got a short step, and then he comes around with his fastball. Great leverage with his arm and arm swing. And today he's just been a little bit flat on the arm side away to a right-hander, meaning it's taken him away from the strike zone just by inches. You can see our chart shows you that.
Coming inside and a call. Strike 3 at David Price with his best inning. 3 up, 3 down, 6 with a K. Rays are coming up, down a pair. Start to look at what John Farrell is doing. He's going into his bullpen a little earlier than he normally would. He had Breslow come in to get out of the 6th inning. Now he's in the 7th. Tazawa's already loosening in the bullpen. You'll probably see him here in the 7th inning. Down to the 3rd. Middlebrooks. Long throw, and it's in time to get Myers.
Good off-speed pitch there from Breslow. Got him to roll over the top of it.
Home run threat. Tazawa is ready in the bullpen.
A little off-speed here. Change up.
And Longoria takes ball 4. So Breslow with a hit batter and now a walk. Just that 1 home run during the regular season as a right-handed batter. He hit one yesterday right-handed. If he hits one here, the Rays will take the lead. And Zobrist, the shot. Pedroia spins to second for 1 to throw to first. And it's in time! What a double play! The Gold Glover, Dustin Pedroia. 4-6-3, and the Sox are out of it.
Quite a double play turn by the Red Sox to get out of the 7th inning. Outstanding glove work by Pedroia, and then a veteran move by Stephen Drew. Was he on the bag? No. Kind of neighborhood play, but great rhythm catching that throw in stride from Pedroia, and got a lot on his throw, much to the delight of Craig Breslow.
Drove in a run. He scored 3 runs. And a swing and a miss. David Price looks like he is locked in right now. Tazawa was ready to come in, but Farrell let Breslow stay as a bouncer over to Longoria. 2 up, 2 down for David Price. Dustin Pedroia with 3 runs batted in tonight. Had a double and an RBI in the 5th.
September of 11, 5.84 ERA, 7-20. 012, 7-19, 5.11.
That's a swing and a miss. Lobaton's got to hurry his throw, and it's just in time to secure the strikeout. And David Price locked in now. 6-4 Boston. We head to the 8th. It'll be Junichi Tazawa has been the setup man for the Red Sox, and he'll start the 8th.
Slow curveball, sinking fastball, four-seamer at 94, and split leg action on his other pitch. A little pause with his leg with nobody on.
And a pop-up. Drew is there. And he'll make the play. That actually ended up in fair territory. Out number 1. Young is 0 for 2 with a sac fly tonight. Shot up the middle, base hit. Delvin Young is aboard, and again the Rays will bring the tying run to the plate.
It's almost as if he baits you into doing it again and challenging you to make a better pitch than you made your first time.
Full count, 1 away. Young stays put, bouncing ball to second. Pedroia shovels it over. Drew to first, and in time, another double play. The Red Sox, 2 outs, 1 swing of the bat, back-to-back innings.
Definitely. It's still hard to believe that if you'd have seen or said that David Price would go 8 innings or head into the 8th inning, you'd think he'd have the lead. Certainly not give up 6 runs, but that's where we're at.
Ortiz down the right field line, fair or foul. That is way gone, but it is it's fair. A home run for Ortiz.
Just waiting to see if it's fair or foul. As he sits there, he crushed it.
Wrapped it around the pesky pole. Actually hit it well over and beyond the pesky pole.
Look how high he hit that ball. It was close, but called a home run. 2 hits for Ortiz tonight, 2 home runs. Red Sox up 7-4. Price is out. Pop-up. Zobrist calls and catches for the first out of the inning.
And something against this team and this roster that you just got to be able to have your full complement. It's tough enough to face them when you have everything working. Love hit.
Gomes. A base hit. 1 out single for Johnny Gomes. The Red Sox keep the pressure on. 7 runs on 10 hits tonight. Shot to right. A base hit by Middlebrooks. Back-to-back singles off McGee. 2 on with 1 away.
If the Red Sox go on to win this ball game, guys, I think the story of the game will be how much damage the left-handed hitters inflicted on David Price.
Into center field, pretty well hit. Back is Jennings, and Gomes will tag. He'll end up at third base. Out number 2 for Jake McGee. First and third for Boston with 2 away, with David Ross coming up. A bouncer to third, and to second goes Longoria, and the inning is over. But Big Poppy with the launch. 7-4 Boston. Rays to the 9th, and the Red Sox bring on their closer, Koji Uehara.
He's got ridiculous numbers, as you can see. From July to September, an .092 batting average and an ERA of 0.22. He jumps at the hitter with a fastball. Tremendous split. He complements everything that he does in and out of the strike zone.
Uehara strikes out Matt Joyce. One gone. Let's check in with Keith Olbermann in Atlanta. Keith.
Sox, and even mid-season they were still struggling with a closer. Their starters were real good, their offense was good, but the one thing that kept them from maybe the elite level was their closer, and they have settled that in a way where he's been almost automatic, and the fact that now it's a weapon that Boston has in the pen.
Two batters, 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts for Uehara. Koji Uehara since July 1st. Ridiculous numbers. He gave up just 1 earned run all season after July 1st. 52 strikeouts, only 2 walks. Madden's Rays in danger of going down 0-2 in this best of 5. And a hard hit ball knocked down. Napoli to the bag, and he's there. That's it. Koji Uehara, the save. Ortiz goes deep twice. And the best team in the American League record-wise is up 2 games to none and a win away from advancing to the American League Championship Series. 7-4 the final score. Lackey is the winner. Uehara saves it. Pedroia starts 2 fantastic double plays. And the Red Sox, even with a 4-day layoff, come out rolling here in the first 2 games of the series.
Well, I'll tell you can't say enough about their offense. They took advantage of every pitch and swung at the first pitch, like Joe said. They were a machine these first 2 days. The day off, does that cool them off? We'll see. Alex Cobb's got a lot of work cut out for him, but he's been a hot pitcher for the Rays.
Red Sox in the 2 games of the series, 19 runs, 25 hits, and Joe, they didn't even bat in the bottom of the 9th in each of these first 2 games.
No, and they didn't do it against a couple of guys who are just journeyman pitchers either. Matt Moore with outstanding numbers, and David Price coming off that outing in Texas, which was a complete game in game 163. Good stuff.
Let's send it down to Rachel Nichols. Rachel.
Guys, but the hero of the night, you know, you've done a lot of things in the postseason, but this is your first multiple homer postseason game. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to win games here, and we know we're facing good pitching, so like I said last night, you know, we got to take care of their mistakes.
First postseason games here at Fenway these past couple nights since 2009. This place has been rocking. Are you guys going through on that road to redemption you keep talking about?
Tell you what, my 11 years that I've been here, you know, these fans are the best fans in postseason. They're right behind you. It's the winning fans, and you want to give them the best.
They certainly were loud tonight. Now you go down to Tampa. What do you think with Game 3, especially after both teams have a day to rest?
Hey, we got to keep on playing baseball. You know, this team is a team that they know how to find a way to win. You know, and you don't want to take anything for granted.
Certainly more to come in this series. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Rachel. And you look at these cast of characters here, Joe, and it is David Ortiz, the guy who's been here through the good and the bad, and he comes up with the big night tonight.
On top of that, Brian, again, we talked about at the beginning of the game yesterday, the change in culture. You're going to look at the 2 home runs he hit tonight, but bringing in some other veterans to complement David Ortiz that have been into postseason. This was the launch job to right field. It went about 9 miles, but all these veterans that have some postseason experience around David Ortiz, a big difference for Boston this year.
And the Red Sox beat the Rays ace, David Price. Last 23 teams to go down 0-2 on the road in any round have lost the series. The last to win was the Boston Red Sox back in 04 in the ALCS. And I'll never forget that here in Boston. They were down 0-3. That'll do it for us. Game 2 in the books. Our final score: Boston wins it 7-4. TBS is your exclusive home for the 2013 NL and AL Division Series and the National League Championship Series. After a break, we'll send you to Oakland for Game 2 of the Tigers and the A's. For John Smoltz, Joe Simpson, Rachel Nichols, Jake Cutthroat, and Jim Lynch. I'm Brian Anderson. So long from Boston. Red Sox win.